Be good for another 2 to 3 hours of gameplay with some more Yooka-Laylee tonight. But real quick, let me run our standard. Oh, good. Everything's looking fine on this end. So, give me just a minute here to set up access my little Twitch dashboard, and we should be good to go. I apologize for not streaming yesterday, as I said I would, but unfortunately, like, some last-minute complications came up with that course I've been working on that's been giving me just all kinds of mischief over the past couple weeks. Managed to get everything sorted out, of course, but, well, sort of to pull back the veil as we, like, wait for people maybe to start trickling in. What was supposed to happen was at the start of this course, so at the start of this little 5-week accelerated semester we're running, I would have been given access in this big old suite of online tools to everything my boss, the actual instructor for the course, is able to do, every function that she can carry out. So that means I'd be able to see anything a student turned in online, I'd be able to leave feedback, I'd be able to grade, I'd be able to adjust our grade book, and so on and such. Now, due to some kind of mess up in, like, the college's system, I am unable to do any of that. So, what I have to do now is go through using the very limited tools at my disposal to try and identify where students have, like, participated in their little online discussion boards or stuff like that, make a physical record of all of it, and then send that to my boss instead. So, I spent a couple hours last night just grading, like, mindlessly grading and compiling a report, so unfortunately I wasn't able to make it here on stream for you guys, and I am really sorry about that. Gonna let you know in advance, I'll probably take, like, a 2-day break from streaming in the middle of next week, around Wednesday, Thursday, because we have a bunch of midterm essays coming in that we need to get graded and turned around inside of just a few days, so I'm gonna try to hop all over those and be right back for you. That said, welcome back to our third stream of Yooka-Laylee here on the Overanalyst channel. It's an interesting indie platformer and spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie that I'm now further into than I ever have been before, and my overall opinion so far is, like, really mixed. There's a lot of things I really enjoy, including, as you'll see, the general visual style. Like, aesthetically, this is a very cute little game. And it's very reminiscent of the kind of puzzle platformers I grew up with. Now, the execution of some mechanics leaves a fair bit to be desired, and hopefully tonight we're going to get all the way into the game's third world of 5, and I can talk about some of these issues as they crop up. Just wanted to collect that last quill really quick, because we are already building up a healthy surplus to purchase the next world special moves. Hey, MC2M, how's it going, man? We are back to continue exploring this rather beautiful, but, like, it feels slightly barren ice world. I'm certain we're going to get access to a whole lot more stuff here once it opens up. Speaking of which, we got maybe 5 or 6 pages. Oh, hey, Val, how's it going, man? Been a while. Yeah, welcome to our stream of Yooka-Laylee, a puzzle platformer and homage to Banjo-Kazooie that has me feeling kind of divided. It is a very pretty game. There's a lot of things I'm kind of on the fence about, though. Makes you want to play Spyro? Yeah, no, it's directly intended to be an homage to puzzle platformers of that era. Speaking of which, something to keep an eye on the stream for in future, I did actually get a copy of the Reignited trilogy in, and I hope to play that for you guys at some point. It'll be my first time ever playing any of the original Spyro games, and I'm quite excited for that, because they have such a great reputation. And my only experience with the series was with, I believe, its least well-received entry on the GameCube, so I'm excited. No, I got a copy of that, and then in the post, so on its way, I've got the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Yeah, I played the 4th Spyro. Well, played is a generous description of my experience with it. I remember as a kid playing like the first 2 stages and then deciding, this feels awful. Like the way the character controlled and how you generally interacted with the environment was repugnant. Now, I will say the level design and like art direction was about as solid as you would expect for Spyro. I thought that was pretty decent. Okay, I don't think we've been over here. Oh no. No, 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 not you, not now. It's very sloppy, yeah. And sloppy is not something you want when you play a puzzle platformer. No, we are going back to Cardos, probably as the last thing we do before we expand this world. Oh, that's right, we have a high jump now, that I completely forgot about. Because we've not actually had cause to use it until now. Let's eat a cannonball, that's good for the old digestion. Oh, come on. Let's try that again. There we are. Oh, we needed this. Hold up. Val says, sloppy isn't something you want in a puzzle platformer, especially when the past 3 games were so well received. Agreed, definitely. And I would say for platformers more than any other genre, like the fluidity of movement and the ease with which certain maneuvers can be executed is really paramount when it comes to design. And from what I remember of the 4th Spyro entry, it had none of that. So we got blown off the platform, but that doesn't matter because now we can get our Pagey. It's totally not a jiggy, you guys. It's totally not. Now, I could go down and get like a cannonball and do that whole thing, but why would I ever do what the devs want me to? That's not what the platformers I grew up with told me to do. It was very floaty. Yeah. This game is too, just a little. It's nowhere near as bad, but the controls are a little loose. We're gonna stay away from that damn thing for as long as we can. That's true, MC2M. The original Spyro team abandoned the series after the 3rd because they ran out of ideas. But then they moved on, I believe, to create Ratchet and Clank, which is probably one of my favorite series of all time. Oh, now this is interesting. You don't automatically sink to the bottom of bodies of water when you've got what's essentially the metal cap analog. But they should still allow us to resist the drafts from, I think his name was Mr. Blowy, back in the tribal world. Well, okay, there's no avoiding it. Val says, I think they had some good ideas for the 4th game, just poor execution and a lot of studio meddling. Yeah, I miss the glory days of Insomniac. Cardos, God of Ore. A mechanic I probably could do without. I love the character. I'm a sucker for a good pun, and this game has plenty of them. Yeah, it's time for another Cardos challenge, y'all. 100 gems now. Keep that in mind. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, I do not trust that Wario-looking shopping cart. Well, first off, welcome, man. Good to see you this evening. And secondly, you shouldn't. This is the worst part of the entire game. He's he presides over these rather absurdly designed mini-games that are intended to harken back to the Minecraft levels from classic Rare platformers. And they kinda work, kinda don't. Oh. Oh, Jesus. I'm also very bad at these. So you know my distaste for them is not built off of any, like, skill-based bias whatsoever. Oh, he can hop on the little security bees' heads. Just another in Cardo's long, long list of war crimes. Oh, I forgot about this too. You automatically fail if you fall off the tracks. Oh, now I remember why I hate this so much. You automatically fail if you fall off the tracks. Good, good. No, this is fine. This is totally fine. Well, Mr. Fiddlescruffs, he's a god in the sense of a very powerful being, certainly, but also perhaps in, like, the pantheistic sense where gods needn't necessarily be agents of morality or beneficence, they're just extremely potent. Now, you do get a beautiful little, like, view of this environment as we go along. I will give Cardos that. No! Damn it. Val says, hey look, my eyebrows are lights. And reminds me of Spyro 3's Trouble on the Trolleys mission. I've actually never seen that one, so dreading it already. I don't need to speed there. We'll keep it in mind. We'll keep it in mind. I'm gonna sound like a broken record at the end of this particular little challenge, but God almighty, I'm not fond of these. Feels like the kind of thing you might want to put in once or twice in the entire game, not once per stage. Now, obviously, this game was a passion project, and they kind of wanted to include as many influences from their earlier work as they could, but was anybody seriously asking for the minecarts to come back? Are you kidding me? Well, we're gonna need more than that. Do I want to try again? No, I don't, but I have to. I have to. You've made me do this, you horrible, horrible man. Alright, now, if we just keep calm and remember our training, we should be able to get through this. Oh. Oh, no. It won't be enough. Same number again. Val says, it looks like purely a patterns game. You're supposed to memorize what works and what doesn't. sometimes they trick you into doing something you shouldn't have done. That's largely accurate to what I'm seeing. This is definitely something you have to fail X amount of times before you can get a really good run. And Mr. Fiddlescruff says, Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Well, much like Dormammu in the Doctor Strange film, I have a feeling I'm about to be defeated by, like, pure tedium. Also, you lose gems every time you come into contact with an obstacle, which is pretty standard. But if you'd seen the first Cardos track and then this one, you'll understand there's quite the difficulty spike, as well as a spike in the number of gems you need to collect. No! Damn it! I would have had it that time. So the first track was roughly identical in length, and I would say roughly number of obstacles. But for that one, you needed 60 gems, not 100. And there were, I'd say, fewer gems on the track overall, but not by a massive margin. Oh, and every time they hit us, we lose 5 gems, it looks like. That's more than I thought, but boy howdy. This is not going to be our run. Oh, what on earth? Let's see what we've got here. Val says, well, you can't lose, but you can keep dying over and over, and boy howdy, will it be painful. Yeah, that's roughly true. MC2M says there's definitely mastery to this minigame, and you need to have to learn how to slow down and when to speed up. Yeah, but... gosh, I don't know. I just feel like this is maybe a little prohibitively difficult for something that's supposed to be one of 25 challenges in a given world. And presumably these get harder and harder as we go. To be fair, I wasn't like a huge fan of the minecart stages in like Donkey Kong Country. I thought they were a nice change of pace, but they were definitely better than this. We made it! We made it! Okay. Well, we're never doing that again until the next world, when we will be forced to. Conky dong. See, even the protagonists don't like this guy. Oh, screw you! They knew what they were doing! Okay, we earned a trophy, Pagey Rampagey, for earning a certain number of these little devils, I think. Come on, Yooka, let's get out of here. Wouldn't you hate having to be some kind of omnipotent observer forced to sit through and watch that for like 20 minutes at a time? That'd be the worst thing. Okay, you know what? Partial credit for that. I'm amused. Now, that does not excuse them for designing a type of combat or I shouldn't say combat, but a gameplay mechanic that I think is executed kind of poorly. But at the very least, it helps that they're aware of how some people would receive it. Now, if I recall, before we expand the world or go on to the next, there was something in the caves over yonder. Oh, as well as this, aquatic cave down here that we haven't explored yet. Val says, wow, rude. I mean, true. You ain't seen the half, though. This game is 1/3 extremely charming, character-based action platformer. Oh, the Gloomy Gem Grotto. 1/3 constant references to how much better games were in the 90s that I'm generally, inclined to agree with. And 1/3 extremely horrific innuendo that you don't know was meant to be funny, or if somebody on the writing team just needs some professional help or something. Alright. Let's eat a firefly. This is nice. We've got like a bioluminescent effect. Now the question is, what do we do with it? I'm sure we'll find out as we progress deeper in. It could just be that it's dark in here. That appears to be the case, so, a little mundane, but I think it's a nice little visual effect. And Val quoting the lyrics from, I think that's the Owl City Fireflies, which, despite some of the crap Owl City gets, I think is a pretty solid song for the time it came out. You know, perfectly inoffensive radio pop. And kind of beautiful as far as, like, purely electronic dance music goes. Oh, okay, we're going to need, Laylee for that one. Alright, let's ice him. Val says, to be perfectly honest, I actually appreciate it more now than when it released. Agreed. I find myself developing a much more positive opinion on a lot of the music that was big when I was younger, now that I see exactly how bad things on the top 40 can get. Like, I mean, I remember back like in high school, everyone kind of thought he was this corny joke, but man, do I miss the raw energy and like ebullience of a Pitbull. We need Pitbull right now, and in fact, he even recorded an anthem for all of humanity, like fighting against the coronavirus, trying just to inspire people, and it's like, yeah, we could use a little bit more Pitbull in our life and in our charts. Not a lot, but a little bit more. Oh, you are just straight a Spyro enemy, ain't you? Val says, I'm still not a fan of T-Swizzle, Taylor Swift. Neither am I, not particularly. I think she's really talented. Her music just isn't my kind of thing. Okay, what happens if we hit you with the sonar that seems to break all other combat encounters? Alright. Now see, this is what I expect from my puzzle platformers. Nice little atmospherically rich obstacle courses, not whatever the hell GROTTO says us do. The fireflies aren't totally necessary, I don't think, but they are a nice little touch. Alright, and here we go. Val says, oh gosh, the amount of grunting from this game's combat is frightening. Oh, wait till you get to hear the dialogue at greater length. So Banjo-Kazooie is famous for its use of, like, cute little personalized voice grunts for every character, to give them a distinct and kind of cartoonish sound. This game does the same, but to a lot of people, it was perceived to have been executed more poorly than in those games, and seems to fall somewhere between, like, irritating and horrifying. I think they're okay, myself, but, yeah, if you think the combat's bad, just wait. Just wait. I'm trying to think, who has the worst, like, dialogue sound we've heard so far? I'm initially inclined to say the penis snake, but I don't know. Great Rampo was kind of annoying, too. Val says, I'd honestly love to see you play A Hat in Time. Oh my god, yes, yes. So I got a capture card that hopefully will work on Switch. I'd love to play that for you guys, because it's probably one of my favorite platformers, if not one of my favorite games of this generation, perhaps all time. It's incredibly charming, and I had this goofy, ear-to-ear grin plastered on my face virtually the entire time I played it. I'd love to do a playthrough of that for you guys. Like, once you incorporate a disco-dancing, intergalactic, film-producing penguin into your, like, game design, I'm sold. You don't need anything else. You got me. MC2M says, surprisingly, I disliked A Hat in Time, could never figure out why. Wow. So I've heard a number of criticisms levied at the game for various reasons, mainly having to do with inconsistencies between certain design principles at various points in the game, but could never figure out why. I don't know. I don't know. I walked away from that game with only 2 real points of criticism. The first being, as incredible as the DLC were, I felt kind of shortchanged that they didn't include any real bosses or climactic content. Rush Hour from Yakuza Metro was great, but I felt like we probably could have had something a little bit more. Oh, there's another ice lock. And this is when I know I've come across a truly incredible game. My biggest critique was, why is there not more of this? Why isn't this experience 10, 20 hours longer? Why are there not more worlds? And when that's the harshest criticism I can offer, I'd say you've got a really special product on your hands. Oh, the dialogue. Oh, man. Like I said, wait until we find the penis snake again. His sound clips are incredibly annoying. I really hope the Hat in Time team brings us a similar platformer, if not a direct sequel at some point soon. I know the team lead has said they want to work on other projects, but are certainly open to, like, a direct sequel. So, you know, fingers crossed. We need more platformers like that, and I would argue even like this. Okay, I think this is the cave we're looking for. Yeah, here we go, the Crystalline Cave. So MC2M says, I can say it kind of bored me and pushed through to try and see what was amazing about it. I kind of dropped it mid-game. Oh, that's a shame, but I can see what you're getting at. Depending on what you want from a platformer, it's certainly not for everybody. It's way more direct and mission-oriented than something like this, for instance. Although I would say that's actually a plus for me. I enjoy exploration and all that, but I also like having very specialized, handcrafted missions to experience. Okay, what are we looking for? What's that? Come on, give us that order. Oh, wait. No, we're going to need to use one of the fruits nearby, no doubt. Yeah, it's this one. These googly eyes are aggressive, man. Nope, that ain't gonna do it. So... hold up, I got this. One of these, perhaps. Nope. Okay, let me see if I can't remember all of the moves we've learned. Oh, all about sound. Of course. The sonar. Which I should have learned by now is the answer to everything in this game. Like, if you don't know, sonar. It breaks combat, it's used as the solution to most of the puzzles we've seen. It's a great ability, don't get me wrong, but they love their sonar. Alright, well with that, I'd say we're probably ready to pull out of this world for the time being, and probably at least see what the third is about before opening this one up a bit further. Now, we also have to keep in mind, we have most of the kit we need to progress to the very top of the tower in Tribal Stack Tropics, so that's a possible route of exploration as well. MC2M says, don't worry, sonar will get less used as you progress. Yeah, no, I just have to remember now, keep that in my back pocket, it's always sonar. Like, I've been playing, on the Wii U, I finally got in, I've been playing Paper Mario Color Splash. The answer to everything is hammer. If it's not immediately apparent, it's hammer. Val says, that's fair, sometimes people build expectations for you. Same thing happened to my brother with Guild Wars. He played the crap out of it, expecting great things like what he'd heard. Yeah, I've tried Guild Wars myself, and I also found it to be, like, not as enjoyable as it had been built up to be. Like, certainly fine, but not incredible. Oh, more dialogue noises, let's have a listen.
Yeah.
Glorious. Back to Ivory Towers. Oh, sorry, BA. Val says that's freaking great. It really is. It's one of the most charming aspects of a Rare game when pulled off well, one of the most irritating when executed poorly. And luckily, this game is rich in characters that fall on both sides of that spectrum. So first up, over here, we should be able... well, first off, we unlocked a new tonic at Vendy's, so let's check with her really quickly. What's the new tonic? Oh, we unlocked two. Collect quills with the tongue. Don't really need that. Sense when rare items are near. Yeah, that's a bit better than the baller tonic. We'll go with that one. Now, that little ramp over there that we couldn't roll up earlier should be accessible to us now that we can lick up honey and become the honey ourselves. Like so. We've got to double time it though. There we go, another Pagey. A pretty easy one now that we have the proper ability. I have a feeling a lot of Ivory Towers Pageys are going to be like that. Now, is there anything higher up here? Certainly looks like there may be. It is a platformer after all. Yep, there we go. Oh, and we've already got, like, honey puns like crazy in the chat. I love that. Very appropriate for Yooka-Laylee, too, because this is a punny game. Now let's try out this third world before going back and expanding the second. At the very least, I know, MC2M, you said we want to explore each world before expanding any of them. Considering our current suite of abilities, I know at the very least... Oh, this should give us a shortcut back to the first world. I want to pop into the next world long enough to get its abilities. Then I might head back to the second one and expand it. Just to see what all we can get. I'd really rather not. I'd really rather not do that. Yeah, that's preferable because it's easier to get everything with all the abilities. Oh, definitely. Like, I think we can already get almost everything in this world, but we'll return for... Oh, first. Thank you, sir. Val says you need to calm down, Brady. I'm just pawing your leg. Oh, there's plenty of bee puns in this game, seeing as how we are taking on basically a giant literary version of Electronic Arts run by, corporate bees. So the load times are a little long, but not insanely, I don't think. And we should already have nearly enough quills to buy Trowser's next set of moves. Alright, now if we go back over here, we should be able to find signs pointing us toward the swamp. And from here on out, just about everything we see will be content I've not played personally. I may have seen bits and pieces of gameplay years ago, but nothing I remember that well. Aside from the fact that the casino world has a malfunctioning Kinect as a boss. I adore that. Now we're going to need an ice plant. Well, first thing we need to explore and get rid of the corplets. Ice of you to drop by. Hopefully we'll be done with the ice world by or near the end of tonight's stream. Let me see. Hold on. There's Rextro's arcade. I'll find it, y'all. Just give me a minute. We'll get there. Here we go. MC Doom says, no, you won't be done with the ice world till near the end of the game. Oh, wow. That's a shame, because at least compared to the first world, I'd say it's a little bit of a step down. It's not terribly bad. Oh, the archive. Here we go. Oh, boy. It's a Scooby-Doo door gag. Or a puzzle in the form of one, at least. Alright, I'm down with this. I really like the design of this library. I love the honeycomb motifs on the walls. Ouch. There we go. Well, that was easy. Okay, one more pagey. I ain't complaining. And an easy way back down to the ground. More and more ice puns. MC2M says that's the icy reputation that awaits you. Val says that's just cold. And MC2M says, oh look, the toxic letters spelled P. Of course they did. I'm starting to suspect that the quality of this team's writing has slipped just a little bit since the Banjo-Kazooie glory days. Mr. Fiddlescruffs, don't you even joke about that. He says you have to ride Cardos back down. No. Well, no, the problem with Cardos was not going down. It was staying in the air. What are you doing? Well, to give a serious question to or to give a serious answer to a joking question, we've got to find a way to drain that tank just enough to allow us to hit that switch. Oh, hey, it's the penis snake again. Very good. Oh, your voice. Please stop. The buddy bubble technique, not the bubble buddy. That's entirely different and a violation of copyright. So now we can walk underwater. That's actually really, really good. Val's already on top of it. Says bubble buddy. Unfortunately not. That'd be great though. Speaking of, are we both excited and a little shocked that that SpongeBob action platformer from the PS2 generation is getting a remake? I'm looking forward to it, I know that much. MC2M says, no, the writing's on par with Conker. Never played Conker, but that kind of makes sense. Okay, so we get to use the buddy bubble immediately. Yay. Val says, I'm not surprised at all. It's trendy to remaster old platformers, so it's in style. Yeah, but just like a licensed property, that's kind of new, unusual. MC2M says, in Conker's Bad Fur Day, you had the amazing skill to pee everywhere. It was used in a boss fight to amazing effects. Oh, wow. At least the whole conceit behind Conker was it was insanely raunchy and kind of debauched in a really juvenile way, which was a subversion for platformers. But this, I understand, is not intended to be quite the same. And again, when the writing hits, it hits, but like you got that and this NPC, Trouser the Snake, that's just, a lot of it's groan-worthy. The actual world and level design is great, but could have used with some different writers, I think. Oh, we're in the Waterworks. I see. Hold on, I heard the telltale little shimmer of a pagey. Oh. Oh, it's a checkpoint race. It's a checkpoint race in what appears to be Superman 64. Look at this, like, green fog effect. Or murk, I should say. MC2M, to me, this game is a best of sorts. Like, what they believe to be their greatest hits. No, I get that. And Val says, oh no. Yeah. It's a strange game. Not a bad one, but strange. It's another pretty easy pagey. Oh, yep. Another detour back to the lowest level of BA offices. They'll say, did somebody say Silent Hill? I heard Silent Hill. Well, maybe not Silent Hill, but I see jack-o'-lanterns all about. And I'm pretty sure we're about to enter what is like the trademark, or the staple quote-unquote haunted level. Which I have high hopes for, as I tend to really like those types of environments in my platformers. Yep, here's the book's pedestal. Looks like we'll get some kind of grapple move. Val says that render distance is just awful. I mean, it's technically underwater, so yeah, they have a reason for it. But should they have done it? We'll need 7 pages? Yeah, that's fine. Go right ahead. Moody Maze Marsh. Okay. Fiddlescruff says they're gonna make you fight a Bioshock Big Daddy next. That would actually be great for a cutesy, like, puzzle platformer like this. I would adore that. And Val says, oh hey, a Night of the Tentacle reference. Yeah, I kind of noticed that as well. Always good to reference other great 90s games. Speaking of, though, y'all, Psychonauts 2 later this year, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm so excited for that. Cannot wait. Ah. Okay. So we're going to have to chase down this deranged Pagey. Okay. Well, let's get him before we dive on in. Okay, that's pretty clever. I know origami. Okay, hold on. I got this. I got this. Man, hold on. I really missed the flood right about now. We may need to come back here with some ability later on. Yeah, this just ain't gonna cut it. Not like we ain't trying. MC Tomb says, I got this, the Overanalyst 2020. That may as well be the channel motto at this point. And they also say, I can do it. Okay, well... It's basically like the, particularly timid, subtype of Ghost Riders. And... Val says, I mean, Guybrush Threepwood was named so because they named his file for the sprite Guybrush, because the way they programmed it, he was basically painted onto the scene. So they just named all sprites as brushes. That's really interesting, actually. And would you know, I've actually never played any of those classic adventure games, like Grim Fandango, Adventure, or Legend of Monkey Island, any of that stuff. And I'm certain I got the name wrong, but the Monkey Island series. I know there were several. Val says, I can't say I'd mind you playing Ty the Tasmanian Tiger either. Oh man, I had the first one as a kid. Remember playing it and being pretty fond of it. I particularly loved all the different types of boomerangs you could craft. So I would love that as well. Has it been remastered? I know there were 2 sequels, one of which was pretty well received and one of which everybody hated, more or less. Oh, you may stream the Thai remasters? Yeah, man, go right ahead. I'd love to see those. I certainly missed the days when just about... Oh yeah, well, I was told earlier I may want to head up to the top of the statue again. But I missed the days when really quality, at the very least decent, action or puzzle platformers were like a dime a dozen. Wait, where is all the cat calling coming from? What? I don't... MC2M says that whistling is a secret. Oh! Oh, lovely. Good, good. We'll see what's up there, then. It's because we have the tonic. Right, right. So it's clearly coming from the capital B statue. Wait. Looks like the nose can perhaps be broken off? Yep, there we go. A power extender, and the trophy, Petty Vandalism. Very good. Very good, so we've got a longer power bar. I will take it. Nothing of note down here. Alright. Well, now that we've unlocked that, Val says, now we've got studios pumping out garbage with massive budgets. They could do so much better, yet we still have EA and Bethesda wasting everyone's time and resources by putting out garbage like Fallout 76. You said it, brother. I mean, well, first off, anything Bethesda's produced, I would say post maybe ESO, has been extremely sketchy. But you've got EA and friends absolutely destroying the talent of studios that specialize in more narrow, story-focused experiences like Pandemic, now one of my favorite studios of all time, BioWare, facing the same fate. You've got all this live service garbage with exorbitant budgets that nobody really asked for. Like, having big-name Hollywood actors and, like, top-notch graphical fidelity in games is neat, but I'd prefer something that has a lot of creativity and care put into its actual gameplay or environment design, you know? Val says Anthem was supposed to be so good. Now see, I was skeptical as soon as I saw, well, like, a live service from BioWare. I knew right off the bat it wasn't gonna be for me, but I also had this sneaking suspicion it wasn't going to be very good. And, unfortunately we were right on that one. Alright, now let's explore around until we find our route back to the swamp. Not there. Here we go. MCM2, or MC2M says, makes me think about the Command and Conquer remaster. Oh, yeah. Man, that one was a shame. And Val says, I want something with spunk. I don't need all the pomp and circumstance. Agreed. Honestly. So I'm glad there are still studios producing things like this. Speaking of which, let's check out the marsh. Now, this is a world I've never been to. This is well beyond where I stopped playing when I first got the game, so I'm interested to see how this one shakes out. So first order of business, as usual, is make a beeline for Trouser so we can get our new moves, including hopefully the grapple move that's been hinted at. Okay. MC2M says if you want really good gems, I can recommend Introversion Software's games. Alright, I'll be sure to check that library out. I've actually been looking for more high quality, like small mid-tier studio stuff lately. Oh, I love the design of the corplets here. All covered in luminescent mushrooms. Very cute. Oh, and that stuff, this sort of viscous slime, damages us. Val says, I can't really say much, I'm still stuck on Monster Hunter Iceborne. How is that, by the by? I played a bit of Monster Hunter World, like, closer to when it came out, and for whatever reason, I just kind of... I really liked what I played, I just kind of forgot about it. Oh, it's a talking pumpkin. Yes. Oh no, your voice. Val says early game sucks so much. I remember, I want to say like one of the early game marks that you have to fight several times over is basically a giant chicken, and I was okay with that. I thought it was really cool and hilarious. And MC2M says they're a studio that's considered, that's Introversion Software, considered to be amongst the first indies, started in 2001, wow. Okay, so we have to get over there without even breaking the surface of the water. So we have to land very lightly on that platform, but there we go. Okay, so I kind of dig this place. I'm getting like... maybe half-realized Subcon Forest vibes from this place, and I'm okay with that. Oh, it's the violent Ghost Rider. Good, let's go ahead and snatch him up. One. Come on, come on. Nope. Well, now you charge at me. Come on. 2. 3. 3. There we go. MC2M says, Monster Hunter, I am at grinding point past, like, post-end of Iceborne. Wow. And Val, you say, so Brady, if you'd like, I could try streaming some Iceborne when you're through with this stream. Dunno. Sure, I'm not going to be doing anything this evening aside from mindlessly grading participation for an online class and playing my way through Paper Mario Color Splash, so yeah, I'd definitely be down to watch something like that. Oh. It's an abandoned shopping cart. That's so sad. We'll be right with you, sir. I guess he's going to have us do something with these. Okay, I love Wally's voice. He sounds like a harmonica. Well, this is officially the best voice in the entire game by a long shot. Hey, Laylee, you don't get to talk, okay? This voice is 1,000 times better than yours. Ah, so it's going to be a mushroom-based puzzle. Gotcha. So we have to find a way to get rid of all of them. And for once, sonar is not the answer. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, this game brought to you by the Carrot Lobby. MC Tomb says we need, like, a new skill. Okay, that's no big deal. Val says, sweet mercy, that Wally seems like a fun guy. Okay, so let's hunt down the penis serpent real quick. Thankfully, he's right over here. Yo, what you got? From the best voice in the game to probably the worst. He's also Amazon now, I guess? I like this world overall in terms of its design. It's very atmospheric. Let's see. So, for a pretty high price, we can get the Lizard Lash Grapple, and... of course. So, we may not need the standard sonar to deal with those mushrooms. No. But odds are, for a lot of things, now moving forward, we're going to replace the current sonar with a AOE, broader sonar. Totally different. Totally different. This actually does look very useful, and I'm quite happy to get it. Val says, sonar, brah. And MC2M says, see, sonar is not the answer for everything. Upgraded sonar is. Come on, like, effectively Rareware, you guys are better than this. There we go. Great, so we can use our tongue just as we have to, like, gobble up berries and cannonballs and butterflies to grapple to those sort of Mayan-styled points we've seen on various platform edges in the Waterworks and in here. Okay, the sonar explosion. MC Tomb says, having completed this game, I could do joke build-ups pretty effectively. And I have a feeling the design gives you opportunities aplenty for them. Alright, there we go. Very costly, but we've got 2 new moves. MC2M encapsulates, like, my overall feelings much, much better, I think, than anybody else could thus far, or has. Yeah, this game is a critic about poor design, but is poor design itself. In certain regards, that's certainly true. I think, again, I think if they were given a second stab at something like this, like just taking this property and making it a straight action platformer, it would do very, very well. They just need the opportunity to polish it up a little bit more, I think. Val says they could definitely do better. Agreed. Because again, the world and the characters, they're all just oozing with charm. Yeah, boy, really? So despite what we just saw, the game, the world, and the characters are oozing with charm at various points. But it feels like everything... A lot of this is still kind of in the proof of concept stage. For instance, in the first Banjo-Kazooie, you have, I want to say, just shy of 10 different courses that they have to introduce and expand on and use different abilities in very interesting ways. This game limits itself by only having 5, and by having you perform a number of repetitious activities in each of them. Like Banjo-Kazooie, there's, like, a reward for finding 5 of a certain special type of character in every world, but in this game you also have the obligatory transformations that appear to be used the same exact way in every world. You have Cardo's god-awful minecart sections that are the exact same. You've got Rextro's little arcade games that give you 2 pages for completing a very similar task in every world. And I feel like by reusing characters and challenge types that frequently, like uniformly across stages, they also minimize the extent to which they can really play around with the unique design characters or features of each of these environments that they've clearly went to quite a lot of expense to develop. So yeah, it feels like it just needed a little bit more time in the oven or maybe a sequel. But as it is, it's not bad. It's certainly not bad for something you can get at a budget price. I would gladly take something like this over, like, the latest Assassin's Creed. More quills, yes please. Oh, there's another one. Oh, you don't have a fun voice. MC2M says Hitman is a better assassin at this point. Well, he is, and the Hitman games are honestly just a million times better. No, you know what did the early Assassin's Creed formula better than Assassin's Creed ever did, where you're supposed to be exploring these distinct cities, like creating this grand overarching plot for a final assassination by completing all these preparatory missions and so on and such? The Sly Cooper series. No joke, when I first played, like, I think Assassin's Creed 2, I thought, wow, this is like a really bland, kind of sucky Sly Cooper game. Which still made it a pretty good game overall. Like, even the worst Sly Cooper is a really good game. MC2M says, I've heard of that game, good things. Oh man, the Sly series was... Well, honestly, they're probably my favorite platformers of all time. I'd love to stream them for you guys at some point. I'll have to get a new copy of the remastered collection on PS3. But, yeah, sure, we're gonna be exploring a maze, it sounds like. Yeah, we'll give that a shot. They're criminally underrated. Oh no. Oh, what? Oh no. Oh, what is this? Oh, why? Oh my god. No. Jesus Christ. Whew. What kind of maze is this? Oh, Lord. This is certainly interesting. Well, there's our pagey. Okay. Val says, honestly, Yooka and Laylee are better at being an assassin than Altair or Ezio. Well, you know, in the last game, I think it was Odyssey that takes place in ancient Greece, they more or less completely abandoned the whole assassination mechanic or the concept of building up your antagonist's characters altogether. And instead, you're just kind of sent after this massive web of cultists, none of whom, or next to none of whom, receive any real characterization. A couple points in that game that I got, like, on a sale. I found myself killing really significant antagonists, right? Like, people supposedly at the core of this conspiracy, by accident. I had no idea who they were. I was just raiding a ship for supplies or something and was told, I've killed one of the 7 or 8 most important villains in this entire setting. Okay. This stream has basically turned into Brady complains about modern game design at length. Val says 4 was probably the end of the good era of Assassin's Creed. Agreed. I would say 4 was good, and since it was extensively based on 4, Rogue was a pretty fun time. I didn't think Syndicate was that bad. I thought it was very interesting, and they did much more to characterize their villains than many other titles in the series did. But yeah, anything beyond Assassin's Creed Boat was like a definite step down. Okay, now let's keep exploring. There's the Hell Maze. Val says Rogue was a decent game, but not a good Assassin's Creed game. True, there weren't nearly enough targets, I feel like. So we've already gotten a fair few pages from this environment. Just not enough. Val says, seeing as you play directly against the assassins from the title of the friggin' game, yes, and honestly, at least in that particular era, I was always really interested to see what they could do with presenting more, as far as presenting more games from the Templars' perspective, as depending on the era of Templars presented, prior, again, to, like, Unity, where they were all evil all the time for no reason. I felt like there was a lot you could explore as far as the two groups' ideologies. Because especially in, like, Assassin's Creed 3 and 4, the Templars seem to be just as decent, or no less morally ambiguous than the Assassins themselves. Also, they have access to cooler tech and gear and all that, so they'd be just a whole hell of a lot of fun to play. Val says 3 was definitely the worst of the good group. Agreed, once again. As a historian and somebody, like, with a degree in poli-sci, I was really intrigued when it was announced and, like, anticipating the ways in which they'd say they would examine the positives and negatives of, like, both major factions involved in the Revolutionary War. But, of course, they didn't do that, and the game ended up mainly being very, very confusing, like, American flag waving, despite the fact that it sounds like most of the British-aligned Templars had their hearts in the right places, so it was a very weird and kind of poorly handled game. Overly linear for an Assassin's Creed, too. Next thing you know, George Washington is an evil Templar. Oh yeah, the King Washington DLC. That was very strange. So it looks like... Oh, MC2M says the next part is down a pool of water. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like there's not a whole lot to do here. Yeah, Val, now you're getting at the heart of the issue. The tutorial lasted 2/3 of the damn game. Yes, it did. There we go. Well, we're not gonna make it. Wait, yes we are. Never mind. Val says, it's annoying when a game expects you to kill a random enemy for no particular reason. This is the kind that makes me stop right ahead. And also, I can never play Watch Dogs for that reason. The first Watch Dogs is a really rough game. I mean, really, really insanely rough. Not very good, if we're being honest. The second one is much better, though. Actually, pretty well designed, I'd say, for what it is. And even though most of the soundtrack is very bland, the opening theme is So Very Hard to Go by superstar soul group Tower of Power, which automatically puts the game in my good graces. I mean, that is a fantastic song. And anytime a game lets me, like, start hacking into cars' control systems and send them, like, enemies crashing into one another, or get into a frenzied shootout at, like, I think there's like a pseudo-Scientology compound with Tower of Power blaring in the background, it's automatically gonna get some points from me. Yeah, Val explains it very well. The second one's actually kind of okay, like GTA with more control. Yeah, basically. Now that I'm talking about it, though, I think really what it needed more than anything else, there was just a better soundtrack. I mean, you acquire one great old soul song, and the rest of your repertoire is just really kind of bland rap and EDM. That ain't getting it. We were that close to that pagey. Also, I hear... Hold on. We hear a Ghost Rider down there. MC2M says, yeah, being a software engineer, I have a strong reaction to game quote-unquote hacking. Oh, I bet, man, that's gotta be infuriating. Alright, where's our little Ghost Rider? We'll find it later. Right now, there's a pagey calling our name. Oh, there's Rextro's token for this world. Well, that was pretty easy. Not that I'm complaining. I will take easy over Cardos any day. Let's find us that Ghost Rider. Not here. Val says back-end programmer itself, and yes, it's very annoying to see. Also, a good point, like saying, hey, look, we have like a diverse cast, let's do our diverse soundtrack with the one soul song. Yeah. Watch Dogs 2 is a pretty solid game, but far from perfect. And also said, that was pretty easy, says the man who failed it at least once before. Hey, I failed at absolutely no cost. So, we didn't lose any health, we didn't lose any lives. I'm considering that easy. It's not Cardos, at the very least. Oh, we're now in the pumping plant. I wonder how many horrible jokes the devs felt tempted to make about that. Oh, I see what we're doing. I actually quite like this kind of puzzle. Come on, there you go. Uh-huh. Yep. Nope. Yep. There we are. It's actually a very generous time limit. Wow. Yet another kind of easy pagey. Okay. We should have enough to put a pin in this world for a bit before too long, and head on over to the Frozen. Well, in fact, it does kind of look like knockoff Arendelle, now that I think about it, to expand it before long. Okay. Whew. Hey Val, that's cool that you're learning programming on the side, like just kind of casually. I don't know the first thing about, like, tech myself, so getting that capture card set up for non-PS4 streams is going to be a real experience, let me tell you. Hello, Ghost Rider number 2. Oh, and we get yet another tonic. Right on. MC2M says, welcome to Frogger. Yeah, I was tempted to say something, but I didn't. But since you brought it up, yes, hey guys, remember this other better game? It's like a good 30% of the design ethos I'm seeing. So this entire swamp is inhabited almost exclusively, it seems, by the little corplet goblins and, like, a species of sentient shopping carts. Wow. Oh, there's Rextro in the background. Capital Casino is the next world, and the one I'm most excited to see. Mr. Fiddlescruff says, do you think the contents of the shopping cart are its organs? That's actually something pretty interesting to ponder. I mean, they all had different objects inside. So maybe that implies they all have a different, like, biological composition? Like, are they supposed to be a reference to, like, the abandoned shopping carts you'll see, like, in the middle of, like, large drainage pipes in certain cities or something? Like, I love them either way. They're very cute NPCs. And that first one, it sounded like a harmonica. Yeah, that's the best voice in the game so far. Alright. Hold up. Let's get it started. Yes. Oh, well, that'll make this 1,000 times easier. The music for this world in particular is great. Oh, and we have a time limit of effectively none. Well, we're not gonna get it this go-round, so hold up, don't. Looks like we cannot, or at least cannot reliably, use our tongue while we're gliding, maybe? Either that or it just kind of crapped out on me. Let's try that once again. Oh, this is gonna be tight. But we got it. Very nice. So we drained that horrible sludge from the horrible sludge reservoir. Got some great discussion regarding programming and tech in the chat. I know only, like, the very rudiments of how to, like, operate Microsoft Office, so that is well above my pay grade. And now we can safely explore the lake bed. Ooh. Let's just wander into some plumbing. That's never a bad idea. Swampy Station. Oh god, there's so many security bees. Oh, you were just the worst. How about we avoid them instead? Oh wait, sonar explosion? Nope, that will not shatter the glass. So we'll need to come back here a bit later on. Right? Yeah, because that's still the sludge. Alright. Or wait a minute. Screw it, I've got cannonballs. That, can't shatter the glass, but can absolutely destroy the bees. MC2M says sonar explosions does not solve everything later on. I'm sure the third type of sonar we will inevitably get shall, however. Back up out the plumbing. Keep that in mind for a future return to this area. Ooh. What's this? The molecule is trapped in there. Let's see what we can do about breaking them out. Excellent, now we can go check out this chapter's transformation. So we have to go see the doctor and Rextro. Oh, more plumbing. The murky passage. Oh. Oh, I see what we gotta do. No worries. We are actually affected by the vents when not in the bubble, but are wholly unaffected by them when we are outside of it. So, there we go. Yikes. So I guess we need to go the way of the thorns? Looks like it. Made it. Oh, now what's this? Oh, some kind of electrical barrier that we definitely don't want to touch. I'm glad they let you see one completely stationary on the floor before they send you up past several of them. Anything over here? No? Alright, carry on. Carry up and carry on. There we are. Carry on, my wayward son. Oh, brilliant song. Let's see. So that activates this fan over here on the left. This, I assume, activates the rightmost fan. Yes. Yes, it does. Good. Right over onto the center platform. There you go. There you go. So we've got these switches over here. I see. So we probably want that one over here. Or over on the left, rather. Got it. Help, help. Yes, yes! Whew, that was close. This is a pretty long little passage, isn't it? There we are, there's our pagey. We've already collected a lot of this world's. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, crap, oh, and we're dead. We got swarmed by like all 5 of them at once. But we get to keep our pagey, so it doesn't really matter. Now, we can go see the recurring characters for another 3 pages, I believe. Wonder if we're gonna see Shovel Knight again. Or if there are other indie cameos in this game. Let's start with the Doctor and her transformation. It's going to be aquatic theme this time, no doubt. Alright, let's see what we've got this time around. The first world's transformation was a bizarre kind of mobile plant. The second was a Tonka truck snowplow thing. What do we have this time? Oh! A school of fish. Alright. This is, again, kind of adorable. My question is, can we eat the vines? No, but we can swim through them and collect the pagey. MC2M says the transformation is fun. This is a childhood memory of sorts. There we go, we got you. Val says, I'm a piranha, I live in the Amazon. Well, we look, Yooka rather, the green ones, look like very strange, simple piranha. And whatever Laylee's turned into looks absolutely horrifying. I kinda love it. So, MC2M says, I played through Echo 2 and near the end there was a fish transformation. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's this one little pipe we get to explore. The Dusky Duct. So this must be a specialized area just for this transformation, to let us play around with it a little. You play as a dolphin and eat fish for life throughout the game, and so then you become the fish. Interesting. Okay, so clearly swimming ain't gonna work there. Now can we just swim through the grates? No, but it is an idea. Okay, hold on. I'll figure this out. We may need to come back later. Oh, there we go. We've got time. There we go. Now we just need to clear the bones lying ominously atop the other switch, and we should be good to go. Yay! Alright, so we've got more of those electrical pylons. and some vents. Thankfully, not Mr. Blowy's. I could go the rest of my life, even though we're going to have to at least once more, but I could go the rest of my life without ever having to see or think of Mr. Blowy again. Okay, that was pretty straightforward. Can we actually kill these interesting little jellyfish squid things now? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Lovely. Excellent. Whoop. Ouch. It's alright. We got plenty of health still. This is just revenge for killing us in that last, duct. MC Tomb says you can also kill them with a sonar explosion inside a bubble. Of course you can. Of course you can use the sonar. Oh! Yet another minecart. Or not minecart, shopping cart is trapped. Now they're confusing me. This should be a quick save. There we are. So I think this is the first time we've been not just able, but required to transform in order to collect two different pages. Because in the first world, there was only one pagey we could access with it, that I've seen so far. And ditto for the second, and its really cool little snowplow transformation. Now, of course, there might be more in the second world once we expand it. Oh, that's morbid. We're just leaving him down here for forever. Okay, got what we came for at least. Alright, I think that's all we need this transformation for at the moment. Let's go see our good buddy Rextro64us to see what his minigame is like for this world. I've no idea what we're in for. Val says, hey man, something just came up and I gotta head out. I probably won't be back till late. Shame I'll be missing the rest of the stream. That's alright, man. Thanks so much for stopping by for what you could. I really appreciate having you in chat, as I'm sure we all do. And I hope you can join us again sometime soon. We're going to be playing a different game, just clearing up some post-game stuff in Hand of Fate 2 tomorrow and Sunday, but we should be back with more Yooka-Laylee on Monday. Hey, we'd love to have you, man. Take care now. Hope everything's, alright. Now let's see if we can't find that transformation pad. Ah. It's over here, I think. You can untransform with a button. Oh, very nice. But here we go. We found it. We found it. No, 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 no. Nope, we're good. Thank you. Oh, hold on, folks. My controller just died, which is very strange, as I just plugged it in. Or no, I didn't just plug it in, I'm sorry. I've had it plugged in this entire time. That's very strange. Very, very strange. Ooh, lots of quills and stuff over here. Oh, and would you look at that? Okay, that's a very cool structure. Oh, we need to explore that, but first, Rextro. Well, first quills, then Rextro, then exploration. You know, I bet Rextro would find lots of willing customers over in the capital casino. But here, yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of arcade fans here. MC Tomb says do Rextro first, yes. Oh, Bebop. Rextro is my favorite character in the entire game, bar none. Alright, let's see what this one's like. The Cardos racing was alright. It had very generous time limits, but the controls were just a little slippery. It was cool, though. Yes, Rextro, I do want to play a fun arcade game. But I'll play this too. Swamp is under attack by bad guys. Only radical drones can defend area by beating corplets. Okay. That sounds alright. I get to control one of these kind of dangerous little bee sentries. That's nice. No. It's Joust. Unreal. That is really sweet. I love Joust. I've not played it in years, but I quite love it. Okay, game, you got me. This is amazing. Music's great as well. Now, earlier we talked about, or we made reference to Frogger, as the game made very inelegant reference to Frogger. Did you guys know that there was actually a Frogger action platformer for the PS2? It was, as I recall, very, very bad. Like the special kind of bad that, like, YouTube video reviews are made for. I had it as a child and remember it being perhaps the worst game I owned, even by my little, like, 5-year-old sensibilities. Frogger's apparently from the deep south in that game. And MC2M says, I do know that existed. Yeah. Yeah, man, it was weird. I should also mention, I made a Frogger as a university project. Really? That's cool. Yeah, let's give it another go. I'm okay with more Joust. What's our high score? One second. MC2M says, your project was the only one getting, like, the +5 rate for adding bonus content? Really? What did you add in? Ooh. 4,000. That's a pretty high score as far as this game goes, I think, but we might be able to get it. Of all the times to just totally... There we go. Ooh. Shall we make it? I hope so. Really now? I did much better the first time around. I think we should have it, though. Oh, the music for this game is great. And we've done it. Oof. The recoil from that one knocked us right into the swamp. We killed 55 of the little gremlins. MC2M says, where everyone else was about adding new levels or power-ups, I added the ability to set the game difficulty, calculating hole placement based on the number of holes desired. Oh, that's interesting. And I would say, honestly, for a project, just speaking as an educator, easily the smartest thing to do. Instead of trying to expand the project or the game beyond what's already there, add refinement to the systems that are already in place to add additional content. That's a very good idea. Alright, that should give us our second pagey and allow us to proceed onward into that really cool looking, I guess, sewage treatment facility. MC2M says I always went the roundabout way for my projects. I often have as well. Thinking outside the box can be extremely rewarding. Not to mention a whole hell of a lot of fun. These guys just about always seem to come in squads of 3, I believe. MC2M says, yeah, doing things like no one would think about. Oh, it's the boss, I think. MC2M says be sure to go round the building once I'm done here. Sure thing. Trev the Tentacle. One very upset Cockney Kraken. Alright, I already see what we're gonna have to do here. Ooh. Okay. So any contact with this thing is deadly. Hand of Fate Kraken is better. I agree. Oh, I love the fight music for this guy, though. This is not gonna be our run, but... Jesus. Oh Lord, here we go again. There we go. Whew. Oh, the mushrooms have butterflies? Excellent. Oh, or not, because we're dead, but I know what to do now, no worries. Like all good fights, that one takes a little bit of learning. It actually looks like it's going to give me way less trouble than the Great Rampo now that I know what I'm doing. Again, the music for this fight is stellar. There we go. Now he's going to try poking us. Once more. And the eyes should be exposed. Yes. Round two. I mean, dude, you could be catching your soap operas right now if you weren't trying to kill us twice. Just think about time management here, my guy. You'd miss what, like the first couple minutes of probably an hour-long program otherwise? There we go. And one blow over here, and we're good. Alright. Whew. Got it. Round three. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he is just like a gigantic Day of the Tentacle reference. Whew. Once more. And following the good old platformer rule of threes, he should be down for the count after this. Alright, job's a good one. I know I'm hard enough, Trev. Oh. Ouch. That should do him, though. Oh, God. I was not expecting that. MC2M says, I enjoy picking the OST outside of the game. Yeah, the game's got a really good soundtrack. Good old Grant Kirkhope coming through again. Okay. And the controller went dead despite being hooked up again. That's weird. But we got the Creep from the Deep trophy. What? Okay. Okay, all my stuff should be in order now. Now let's head round the back as instructed. I really like the design of that boss, though. Takes a little bit of learning, but perfectly fine. Oh, no. We're doing this after we expand the world. I'm not ending the stream like that. There's actually something I've been wanting to do. And I think we're good to do it now. We've got 35 pages. So we're actually going to head back to the first world and, like, just kind of to close out this stream, spend a good 15-20 minutes getting what pages we can from elsewhere. Oh yeah, now I know where that is. And, I really wish I didn't. So we're gonna head back to the Tribal Stack Tropics to see what we can accomplish. Oh, and there we can see Capital Casino and the final, space-based world are further upstairs. Really looking forward to those two, as thematically they're like my favorite, types of levels they're exploring. Oh yeah, it's this guy again. If only there was some way to, like, hit him with something and stun him temporarily. Something like sonar? Wait a minute, he keeps moving regardless of where you are, I think. There we go. Crazy Kirkhope. Glad to see they called out the phenomenal composer they had on tap for this one. Oh wait, no, there was a shortcut back here. What am I doing? We should be able to get most, if not all, of the pages left in Tribal Stack Tropics. MC2M says, I count 2 you can't get yet. Well, that's still a whole lot more we can throw in the bag, then. And I think we shall do just that to close out today's stream. And well, not tomorrow, but Monday, we should be able to dedicate the stream. Well, real quick, let's see what our extra tonic is. But we should be able to dedicate the stream to doing a general sweep of the second and third worlds in their expanded forms. Oh, fall proof. We don't really need that. It's interesting that we have it, though. Here we go. Okay, let's start by using our buddy bubble to get past Mr. Blowy. Oh yeah, and you're right, MC2M, there's the one sealed off by the security cameras we need to get through. I take it we'll need to unlock an ability that lets us use, well, Yuka's natural strengths as a chameleon. At least I think she's supposed to be some kind of chameleon. Alright, it was right over here. There we go, nice and easy. Ooh. There's a whole little area hidden down here. Okay, so we need to turn off all the Mr. Blowies down here. I think. Yeah, we can't just snatch him. Here we go. This should do the job. Or at least get us part of the way there. Yep, there we go. Oh, there he is. Now let's get on out of here and back to the temple. Oh, their eyes follow you. Ooh. This should be the quickest way back up for us. Let's try to get back to those fans, for one thing. They're a good little ways away, but we should be able to get there before too long. Well, now that we can glide, we can get over there pretty easily, I would think. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right on. Alright, time for another checkpoint challenge. Oh, and it looks like this is going to take us along most of these outlying platforms we saw that look so cool from the ground. And give us plenty of quills along the way. Ooh, and there's a lot of these platforms, aren't there? Or a lot of rings, I should say. Oh, no, 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 no! Damn it. Well, we can get back up there pretty easily, I think. Yeah, right over here. MC Tomb says, now you know why I dislike this obstacle challenge. Yeah, they tend to use the bees for area denial any chance they get in this game. And you don't exactly have a great arsenal to get back at them with. Unless, can you... Okay, so we can't go into first-person mode to use the sonar. That's good to know. Oh, and we were right at the end, too. Dang it. Look at this beautiful view you get, though. That is really something. Oof. Oh no, it's still going. Okay. Oof. Oh, here we go. Alright. That's not terrible. Got a great view of the course for doing it. In fact, we're not that far from the summit. Totally meant to do that, of course. Now let's see if we can't find that area with the fans. Or the areas with the fans, I should say, because there was more than one. There we are. Through here, maybe? Nope. We'll get there, folks. Don't worry. Might be through a door lower on the structure, then? Yeah, lower. Okay. Yeah, it was over this way, I think. No, this is the fun little Great Maze Challenge, but this is either one of the, Yep, here it is. Yeah, right past hell, we've got this Mr. Blowy maze. Okay, so the pages. Well, that was an easy one. A very, very easy one. I hear the secret item alarm going off around here. Perchance this world's power extender is nearby? Oh, you can actually skip the wind challenge? Well... Ah. Through here? Nope, that is just an imperfection in the world. There's actually something I want to check back by the wind challenge while we're at it. Oh, it's higher up. Gotcha. Was there anything around this Mr. Blowy? Nope. Well, let's head on further in. Here we go. Oh, there it is. There's that whistle. We are now much higher up. Indeed, we are at the apex. We are at the summit. I'll get it. Give me just a moment. First, we might want to see what this is all about. Oh, it's a talking cannon. And totally not Kazooie. Blastooey. We'll need to hit that totem just as soon as this conversation's over. Sure, we've got to destroy the Mr. Blowies with Blastooey. Well, first things first. Oh, we're gonna get a killer view out of this. Check this out, y'all. Absolutely beautiful. Check that out. Woo-wee. And to think that half of this, more than half of this, wasn't even here when we first entered this zone. Gotta give credit where it's due. This is some pretty solid level design, visually at the very least. Gorgeous. Love that. Alright. A little pat on the back. You got it. Well, that was nice and easy. Well, I'm pretty sure that these two are now, like, willing, accessory to murder. So, let's just take the pagey and call it a day. Actually, with that, folks, I think we might want to go ahead and call it a stream. We're at the apex of the tower, got a beautiful view. No really better way to hang it up for the evening. So, until next time, which should be Monday at 6 p.m., hope you've enjoyed Yooka-Laylee. But we will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time, hopefully, to play some of Hand of Fate's 2's post-game, get into some of the Brimstone challenges, and deal with the companion quest lines we didn't have time to during our initial playthrough, so please join us for that. It'll probably be a little bit on the shorter side, maybe 2 hours or something like that. But until then, a huge thank you to everybody who's shown up, shown us support in stream, chat, or to anybody watching this after the fact. Via our video on demand service over at YouTube. Thank you guys so much. I've had a wonderful evening. I hope you have too. And until then, take care of yourselves. We'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.